Welcome back. This is part 3 of the LIBR 1105 tutorial on using the GIL-Find Catalog. We're going to begin where we did with other video tutorials in our MyCSU account. I'm here and we're going to segue to the GIL-Find Catalog. You choose Campus Information and then go down to the Library section and choose GIL-Find Catalogs. As I had mentioned earlier, in order to customize a more user-friendly experience in the GIL catalog, always sign in to your online library account, which also connects you to the GIL-Find catalog. So we're going to sign in here. And sometimes when you sign into, you log into MyCSU, you may not get a logon page, but then sometimes you do. So like here, I have the logon page. I will go ahead and log in to get back to the catalog. So we're here again. There were a few more things I wanted to show you when you are searching the GIL-Find catalog. I want to go over access points. In the PowerPoint for this particular module concerning access tools, if you go to the browse search, this is where you can access the traditional access points. In this search, if you click this drop-down menu, you can search by using the following access points: subject, author, title, or if you have a call number, such as the Library of Congress call number, you can put that in, or if you have a SUDOC number. And remember, when we're talking about library classification systems, like the SUDOC call numbers, that's government document call numbers, and of course the Library of Congress is a call number system as well. But these are going to be your traditional access points. Now I want to go back to library search because now we need to talk about how do we get a hold of books that may not be available in the CSU Libraries collection. And that's really important to know. We do have a great collection, but sometimes if you find that there's a book that you need that we do not own, you do have an option by utilizing our GIL Express catalog service. Our GIL Express service will allow you to request books from other academic libraries within the University of Georgia system. So I'm going to demonstrate a search that will call for you to actually utilize the GIL Express catalog. So let's say you have a title of a book that you're looking for. Let's see, there's an interesting book that I ran across lately, and it's called The Cultural Impact of Kanye West. And I want to see if we have this book. And as I see here, we do not. What are my choices? In the drop-down menu here, I can change collections by choosing the University System of Georgia. This particular system not only houses the collections of other universities and colleges in the state of Georgia, but also if there are some books that we do own, if you conduct another search, if CSU owns it, it will show up in the list. So it's not a bad idea to even just begin with this particular catalog actually. So we're going to consult with the University System of Georgia catalog. We're going to click search for our title, The Cultural Impact of Kanye West, and let's see who owns it. So it does come up. Somebody owns it. Even though I know the CSU libraries do not, someone owns it. So I'm going to go ahead and click the title of the book. Right here we see a couple of things. We get our basic citation information, the title, the author, subjects that are related to this particular title. Also, we're finding more and more we're able to provide the table of contents. So let's say if there's a chapter within this book you think that might be interesting and lead you to want to request this book, this particular tool within this book will allow you to make that decision. Okay. Now, a couple of things. First of all, when we look at actions, you can email this record to yourself if you want to keep up with it. You can also print, of course. You can create a permalink. You can also cite it. Let's say you want to copy and paste and cite this because you're thinking, okay, there is a good chance I'm going to use this book. Or even if you're just collecting titles, it's always a good idea to use this feature. So if we click citation, what you will find is it will cite this particular resource using APA 6th edition, Chicago Turabian 16th edition, and MLA 7th edition, which is what we currently see now. So if we change it to Turabian, If we change it to APA, we can do that. Now, there's one caveat, one disclaimer. Please remember this below. Remember to check citations for accuracy before including them in your own work. And that's important because if we copy and paste this particular citation, or if we just look at it the way it is now, one formatting issue is that the second line is not indented. So you're going to have to do that yourself. So whether you're copying and pasting or if you see it, remember these are computer generated. 99% of the time, everything is where it's supposed to be. But for example, the second line may not be indented, or even some other things may change if you copy and paste. For example, like in the APA 6th edition, the title of the book is italicized. If you copy and paste it, sometimes you may lose that. Okay, so that's just something to keep up with, but it is a very good feature that's available. Also, if we go back to actions, we do not currently at CSU have a license for bibliographic tools such as EasyBib, EndNote, or RefWorks. But if you do, you can definitely import them into this software that helps you to keep up with your citations. So that's a very good feature not to miss. Also, if you want to see the Amazon record for this book, you can go check that out. There's a link for that. The item in WorldCat, it will show you which other libraries own this book outside of the USG system. What I do like about this link is here in the Columbus, Georgia area in the city, if there are other public libraries that own this title, it will list them as well. Now, but let's say we want to order this book. We want to request this book. How do we go about doing that? Over here to the left where you see Get It, let's go ahead and let's choose that link. And right over here, this is telling us your search did not match any physical resources in the libraries. That's just telling you, which is what we found out at first, CSU Libraries does not own this title. Now, I will say this, please pay attention. Right here, you see links for a request from interlibrary loan. This is not your next choice. Your next choice is to see if you can conduct a GIL Express request. Go up here to more libraries, and there's one library that owns it, Georgia State University. So I'm going to click Georgia State, and it's going to show me their record for this particular book. All right. Now, because this is a GIL Express request, and this is a book that we do not own, for GIL Express items, we all have 28 days with it. But, of course, we can also renew it online, 2 opportunities to do that. So, let's say I want this book. I go up here to Request. When I click Request, I get a form here. It's telling me material type. I'm telling it that it's a book, GIL Express, the pickup institution. You want to click the drop-down menu here and choose our institution, Columbus State University. Pickup library, we have 2 libraries here at CSU. We have the music library located downtown at the River Park campus, and also the main Schwab library here. So if you click, for example, the main library, you can have it sent here. If you feel that you don't need the book past a certain date, you can mark a date, but you don't have to. And then from there, you click Request. Now, once you click Request, in about a few hours to the next day, if you go into your account, you will see that this particular book will show up in your account. So if I go to my account, if you look over here to the left where it says Request, it doesn't populate with Request just yet. But if you look over and you see number 1, which should show up probably by the end of the day or tomorrow, then that means that your request is there and you could check on the status. In about 3 to 5 days, this item will show up. You will receive an email to pick it up. However, if you are an online student and you do not live in the Columbus State University area, please call the circulation desk at 706-507-8670 to discuss your options, because we do have a way to get books to online students who do not live in the area. Okay, so this is how you will put in a GIL Express request. I also want to show you one more thing. I'm going to go back to library search. And right here, I want to show you the eShelf. I really like this search because sometimes I may only have a few minutes to conduct a search before I have to move on to something else. But let's say you want to save the searches that you use. What I want to do is search for a particular title. I'm going to go ahead and go to the University System of Georgia catalog. And I'm just going to do a keyword search. I'm going to put in the term speculative fiction. I like speculative fiction because that includes fantasy, science fiction, horror, a lot of good stuff under that genre. So let's say I choose a particular title that I'm looking for. Let's see. Embodying Gender and Age in Speculative Fiction, a Biopsychological Approach. Let's say I'm interested in looking at this book. I get the table of contents, yada, 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 but I don't have time to go further with this book. If I want to save it, I go over here to Actions, and I choose Add to Shelf, and it's there. So when I go to eShelf, this book is there. Now I see that the other day I also saved another book that I want to read later on. But this right here, Embodying Gender and Age in Speculative Fiction, it's on my shelf, my virtual shelf. So I can go back to this book, to this search, and look at it again if I want to, and decide if I want to put in a GIL Express for it, or if I want to save it for other research reasons. So that's also a nifty tool. This concludes our video tutorials on the Access tool, the GIL-Find Catalog.